Hey, welcome back to the channel. So we have here new version preview again as usual. Now we're gonna watch this together, and after that we're gonna analyze all the patch notes that's gonna come in this new patch. So let's go straight into it. Oh yeah, Liam and Valerie are going on a journey. Ooh, Liam is coming out finally. Yeah, ever since we got to see his design, he is really cool. He is really cool, and I think a lot of players are waiting for him to come out. But this light was tricky, like they keep on to Liam until now to release him. So Liam is Solotl. I don't know what god is that, but he is a legendary defender. Flow. Oh my god, this is what I've been waiting for. Finally. Yeah, here's one reason why I've been waiting for this. A defender Esper is very, very rare because up until now, the only legendary defender is only who is that? Donar. But they recently just changed. I think they changed Chang-Chi from support into a defender. So and the rest of the defender are from the epic and rare espers. So there are not many defender espers that are categorized as a defender. Although there are a lot of tanky esper, but I don't know what they consider as a defender. But this is a rare occasion. Like they probably want to balance this. They just realized that there are only a single defender in their whole roster. But the reason I'm excited with this defender is that here's one thing. For a very long time, I've been trying to find a punching bag that is a flow esper, and the only one who is a flow defender is Donar, and it's kind of like forcing myself to using Donar for a case where like I'm against a Wind Esper and I want this Wind Esper because the AI will always target the element that is weak to their element. So if I do want to lure an AI Wind Esper into hitting my Esper, like a specific Esper, my only choice is to find a tanky flow Esper, which is currently you can use like Sally, you can use like any other tanky flow esper, but the one that you don't want to hit is Donar. Like there's a reason why Donar is good when being hit, because he can punish the enemy when the enemy hit on him. Like that's the whole kit of a defender, they want to force you into hitting them so they get a lot of benefit in doing that. So I'm also hoping that Liam will play that role, like punishing enemies for hitting him. So we will see in the patch notes later, like what is Liam's skill set. Whoa, ho, 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 look at that, it's so cool.
You ready to pay the price?
Yeah, this is kind of like a berserker. Like I didn't expect him to be a defender. Like looking at his design, I already expect him to be like kind of like a berserker. But a berserker is like a do or die a DPS attacker. It's a rare occasion where the berserker is a defender. So that's why I'm really hoping into him being able to punish people, going into berserk if he gets attacked by enemies.
Feel my pain.
Ooh, what is this? Sachiko, hair of Inaba. I bet this is from Japan, looking at the Inaba name there. But she is an epic Inferno support esper, and she looks like a puppy. That's that's so cute. And now this confirms everyone's theory or guessing, that Dislyte loves their furry. Oh my god, she's so cute. Ooh, what is this again? Oh, new skin, Gabrielle. Determined heart. Wow, nice. That looks so cool.
Don't forget to exercise.
New story stages, or it's the story of Sachiko. And what is this? Skin shop, finally! Oh, ho, 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 ho. They released the skin shop for, hopefully for free to play. Last time they released the skin shop, but if only if you pay. Like they make it like a package to get a skin. But now they release all the skins that has been released. Like, look at that. I can see Drew White Reaper skin. It was supposed to be like a very rare skin, like only a very earlier player, like a very, very old players would have this skin. So it's no longer exclusive, which is kind of bad for pay-to-win players. But it's a good news for new players and also free-to-play players. They will finally be able to get this skin. But for those pay-to-win players who already got this skin and feeling the prestige after all this time, it's kind of taken a little bit from there. But I do hope that they not gonna do this for at least the avatar frame. Because it's something like exclusivity and privilege is something that is kind of like important for skins. But I can understand from the developers' perspective, because they created this design and they don't want it to be like dying, like they don't want it to be like one-time thing. They made it, and then a number of people got it, and then a lot of players quit, and now only like 1 or 2 players got the skin. So for the designer, like looking at their hard work being only be used by a handful of people, it's not something that is like satisfying from their point of view. So it's a balance between the developer and the players. But this is quite all right. Like hopefully this is going to make the game more interesting, because for players who love certain Esper, they want to show off their Esper, like their main Esper. So skin is one way to go. And this is one of the the first ever skin, Artemis skin. Well, that's a very short video. I expected it to be like a little bit longer than that, because usually they have like a story behind. Yeah. So we go straight into Liam's Esper profile. So I this is my second take, because the first take I just realized that there is a feedback on my mic, so I cannot use the recording that I already did just now. So I'm re-recording it again. So you won't get the surprise factor from me seeing the patch notes for the first time again, but I will still discuss all the things that is happening with all the new Espers later. So we will watch the Esper profile Liam again, and we will see his skill set animation. Let's go.
Ready to pay the price?
In the first take, I'll mention that Liam's design is really, really cool as a berserker. But after looking at his skill set in the patch notes detail, like it's kind of like a little bit mismatched, like he is looking like a berserker, but all his skills are support. So let's see. There are 2 numbers there, the blue and the purple one. I don't know what's happening with there, but I think it's the number that reduces the maximum HP capacity, I guess. So that's the buff. Okay, so the Berserker buff, wait, a blam. Aha. Gemini against one stack of Gemini. It lasts for 2 turns, and there is another buff that lasts for 3 turns. What is that? Okay. The speed and defense.
Feel my pain! It's over.
Yeah. So that is Liam, guys. So let's go into patch 3.3.6 details. So we're gonna see at Liam's skill set here. Liam is an Esper skilled as single target attacks, that's it. So they consider Liam as a defender, but looking at his skill set, he is more of a support compared to a defender, and especially probably really far away from a DPS. But we still have a little bit of hope into this attack and defense percentage number. Hopefully he probably gonna surprise us just like Jincho. Usually I would have guessed this to be like 20% attack and 80% defense, but because of the appearance of Jincho, I no longer have a baseline of the attack and defense increase for a defender expert, because Jincho have a really high percentage value number for his skill set, which is like an outlier. So hopefully he has a high number on this one, because his first ability is the only ability that deals damage to his enemy. The rest are all buffs. So Lifeless deals damage to one enemy 2 times based on Liam's attack and defense. Reduces damage, makes your HP capacity. This is a nice bonus. Heals the ally with the lowest HP. So finally we have the third Esper who can heal using their first ability, aside from Clara and Ahmed. But that is questionable because Liam is not a healer. So I don't know, like if we see the percentage number here being high, you can actually consider Liam to be an off heal, like an extra healer. Like he can heal just like Clara and Ahmed, like give him Avatara and he will be able to heal lots of times if this has like quite a number of percentage value. But I don't know, like whether the amount is based on his defense or his attack or his HP. It doesn't mention here. So we do need that ETR testing to see whether this heal is worth mentioning or not. So the second ability, Berserk, increases critical rate, gains 1 stack of Gemini when Liam or his allies cast basic abilities. Gemini increases Liam's speed and defense. Stackable won't be removed in subsequent rounds. So this is a permanent buff. So depending on the percentage number again, this is going to either be really OP, like it's going to increase a lot of speed and defense, or this is going to just be another bonus, you know. So increasing critical rate against when Liam defeats an enemy, revives one random ally, restoring their HP by a certain percentage of their maximum HP, triggers once per battle. So you can consider this as a bonus because of the requirement. Like timing your killing after one of your ally dies is going to be tricky, you know. So in the first place, if your ally is going to die, that means that you are facing a difficult enemy, so you probably do have a trouble killing them in the first place. So defeating the enemy is going to be like a really hard requirement. In order, if you do need your ally straight away, is going to be like, you know, you really cannot time this perfectly, you know. So this is just a bonus. If you do manage to revive your ally, then that is good. If you don't get the timing right, then that's it, you know. Don't get disheartened. So consider this as a bonus. So ability 3, Bloody Lament, grants critical damage up to Liam and the ally with the highest attack, which is really good. That means that your main DPS is going to benefit a lot by you bringing Liam into your lineup. spells their debuffs, grants Haven to Liam, grants Vigilant to the ally. So Haven for Liam increases the carrier's defense when the carrier actively casts their basic ability, calls in an ally with Vigilant to perform an assist attack with their basic ability. And then for the Vigilant for his partner, increases the carrier's attack when the carrier actively casts their basic ability, calls in an ally with Haven to perform an assist attack with their basic ability. This is nice, like they don't specifically mention you to bring Valeria, but Valeria is the best target for this Vigilant buff. So you can still use Liam to support your other Esper. Like you can use Liam with Gaius, you can use Liam with Zora, you can use Liam with other Esper. But the best pair to able to maximize this Haven and Vigilant buff is by using someone like Valeria or Ana or Sender or Li Guang. Basically, Esper who can get a lot of turns. They can actively cast their basic ability and thus calling each other into doing the pursuit attack or assist attack. So this won't get triggered by Avatara, this won't get triggered by Pursuit. So Brewster, Yun Chuan, all those Pursuit Esper won't be able to trigger this. So specifically made for Valeria, Ana, Li Guang, Sender, etc. etc. So, but it doesn't stop you from using this for another Esper. Like if you use this for like Gaius or Zora, you can consider this as a bonus. Like imagine your Gaius being able to spam his first skill. Oh my god, that's going to be really really good. So Liam gains a bonus turn after casting this ability. This ability's cooldown won't be affected by any abilities, but it still will be affected by equipment. So you can use Ocean Waves to reduce the cooldown of this one. But I don't think it is necessary. Like you can just still have other equipment. It's not a must, but it's something to to remember that you have an option to use Ocean Waves to reduce the cooldown of this if you do need to spam this skill in the future. So because Liam gains a bonus turn after casting this ability, that means that the AI will always going to use this ability first, and then the second ability, and then the first ability, in that order. So on Resonance 1, Life Slash Overload, Life Slash final damage plus 10%, which is alright because his damage only comes from his first ability. So Bloody Lament, Morph after the start of combat. Liam's attack ignores some of the target's defense. If Valeria receives Vigilance, so this one is just a bonus because it only happens on the first turn of your combat. and the thing is that your third at the start of your combat, you will definitely use your third ability followed by your second ability. So I don't know if this can last until you actually make a real attack, or it only lasts for the first turn of the battle, which you are going to waste using your third and second ability, and this is going to be totally useless. Like if you do have your resonance, if you do manage to get your Liam to resonance 2, you do need to test this one. So if Valeria receives Vigilant, the basic ability damage dealt by Liam and Valeria is amplified. So once you get him to resonance 2, you do need to pair Liam with Valeria. This is where their damage will skyrocket if you do pair them together. So no longer pairing Liam with other Esper, like you do want to use Valeria specifically with Liam. But it doesn't stop you from bringing Liam into your other lineup. It's just that the damage amplification from here hopefully is going to be insanely high, because both of them really rely on their basic ability damage. So if they both get the damage amplified and they can call each other into assisting each other, that means that their damage amplification is getting multiplied by a lot of times because of this. And not to mention, if you do have them on Avatara, that will increase their damage even further. So Resonance 4 has the action if there is an ability cooldown, speed plus 20, this is just bonus. So another power spike is on the Resonance 6. If having Heaven, Liam performs a pursuit attack with his basic ability after he actively attacks. So this question here is actively attacks. But his second and third ability doesn't actively attack. And I don't know whether Haven and Vigilant is considered as actively attacking, because this is an assist attack. So really, this will only benefit you if you cast basic ability, and also because this is actively attacks, it doesn't trigger when you cast your basic ability using Avatara. So what's the purpose of this Resonance 6? So this is probably the only Esper that the Resonance 6 doesn't really do much, but this really do need test, like that is my understanding of actively attacking, but I don't know if in practice it's gonna result differently, So if they consider as Haven and Vigilant as actively attacking, then that's good. Every time he use assist attack, he will hit twice because of the first ability, and then pursuit attack using basic ability again. So that means that he will attack twice for every time he assists his allies. But if it doesn't, then it only gonna happen when you actually press the first skill on your own turn, So yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so not really game changing. His role in his lineup is questionable, but if you do use Valeria a lot in every single content where you do use Valeria, Liam is going to be insanely good to support, like amplify your Valeria's damage. So that's why Liam is a support for your Valeria. He is not to be like a standalone Esper, because none of his skills gives debuffs to his enemies, so he do rely on his teammates a lot, because these are all buffs. It's different compared to Archibald, because Archibald is able to give a lot of debuffs on his enemies. That means that he alone can do something to his enemies, while for Liam's case, if he doesn't have an ally who can benefit by using his buffs, that means that he himself only can rely on his first ability to deal damage, and that's it. So not really game changing. So for free-to-play players, I do recommend you to just wait until the next Esper. But again, we're gonna test him on the PTR when I got him in the mail later on. We're gonna test his skill on the PTR and see the percentage number of his skill sets, whether that's gonna change our verdict or not. But if it's not interesting, if it's not that high, that means that you can save your record and wait for the next patch. So whether the next Esper is going to be really good, or you can at least use Liam to support your Valeria. But again, if you do use Valeria a lot, that means that you definitely want at least one copy of Liam. And if you are a pay-to-win players, if you can get Liam to Resonance 2, that means that you can definitely amplify your rank on contents where you do use your Valeria, which is a lot. Like you can use Valeria in a lot of Dislyte or Sentinel Han or bosses content. Valeria is really strong against single target bosses. Now going to Sachiko. So I thought that she was a dog, when I watched the video, but apparently she is another bunny. So probably another Emma here. But it's a different Emma. So let's take a look at her skill. Ability 1, Pollen Strike. Deals damage to one enemy based on attack, has a chance of inflicting stun for 1 turn. Ability 2, Lucky Wishes. Grants all allies speed up and increases their AP. This ability's cooldown won't be affected by any abilities. Bunny Talisman grants all allies attack up and shield. Shield strength is based on Sachiko's maximum HP. This ability's cooldown won't be affected by any ability. So, because of Lian, I can no longer judge this shield strength. So if this shield strength is above the standard number for Berenice and Laura, that means that this shield is going to be really strong. Probably not as at the level of Leon's shield, which is 60% of her maximum HP. That's insane. You know, the moment I saw that percentage number if you go into my Leon's video, I already mentioned that's OP. You know, but hopefully, because this is an epic Esper, like probably not gonna be that OP. But if it's higher than Laura and Berenice, that means that it's already OP enough for an epic Esper. So she has a lot of buffs, you know, and a bonus stun on her first skill. But the main thing that you need to take notice is this one. This ability cooldown won't be affected by any abilities on 2 of her abilities, you know. So what is happening here? It's on her Resonance 6, because the developer can just stop on here, you know, like grants all allies speed up and increase their AP, and that's it. Grants all allies attack up and shield, and that's it, you know. That is already like epic Esper enough. So what is happening that require the developer required to nerf her skill by not being able to reduce the ability cooldowns by abilities? But then again, you can still reduce the cooldown by equipment, so you can use Ocean Waves to reduce the cooldown. So the answer is here on the Resonance 6, but we're gonna take a look at the Resonance 2. The effect is set to Lucky Wizard at the start of his teammate's turn, grants them critical rate up, which is going to be really great. This is another Alice, whereas Alice gives attack up, this one gives critical rate up. So she do really gives a lot of buffs. She gives speed up, attack up, shield, and critical rate up. So Resonance 4, when getting buffs, the Esper heals themselves for 2.5% of maximum HP for each buff granted, up to 10% per turn, which is great, you know, like you give a lot of buffs and you heal a lot of times. But the thing that you need to test in here is that whether you need to like perform the buff after the previous one ends, or will the heal still happen if you replace the buff? Because if you happen to play in Shadow Gale in Dislyte Land, they only count your buff if you cast the buff after the previous buff is gone. So if you replace the same buff, like if your allies still have attack up and you cast another attack up, it doesn't count towards the number of buffs required to reduce the shield of the Shadow Gale boss. So whether it's the same thing in here with the heal, or whether the heal will still trigger if you replace your allies buff. Okay, so that one needs testing. But again, this is a bonus because he is not really a healer, so healing allies HP is a bonus in here. So, Resonance 6, a new effect is added to Lucky Wishes. After casting Lucky Wishes or Bunny Talisman, reduce all allies' ability cooldowns. This is the OP part of this Sachiko. So, really, the highlight of this patch 3.3.6 is Sachiko. Really, it's just Emma all over again, you know. Like Sachiko is really strong here because she is able to reduce her allies' abilities cooldown by 2 turns. She got twice two skill which can reduce allies' cooldown. That is insane. So she can reduce allies' cooldown by 2 turns. In 2 turns, obviously. So that means that you will gonna use Sachiko a lot in a lot of content because it enables you to be able to cast your third and second ability much more often. And if you bring Ahmed or Anki-Chai or Yude or Feng Nuxi or any other ability cooldowns reduction Esper, that's going to be insanely good for your DPS. And that's why they nerf her skill by not being able to reduce the cooldown of these skills by another abilities. Otherwise, this is going to be insane. Like if you bring all cooldown reduction Espers, that means that you can, like, you know, keep casting your third abilities every single time. Just imagine if you bring one Gaius and then your ally is Sachiko, Ahmed, then Anki-Chai, then Feng Nuxi, your Gaius will be able to use his third skill every single turn. Because Ahmed's cooldown reduction will reduce Sachiko cooldown will reduce Ahmed cooldown, Ankichai will reduce Ahmed and Sachiko cooldown, and Sachiko and Ahmed is going to reduce Ankichai's cooldown, etc. etc. They're gonna reduce their abilities back and forth. So that's why they need to mention this thing, like, you know, they need to nerf this skill to the ground, because otherwise that's going to be insanely OP. But good news is, the good news is that you're still able to reduce the cooldown of these abilities by equipment. So you definitely need to give your Sachiko ocean waves. So this is going to be really, really important for her. In order for her to be able to, effectively reduce her allies' cooldown, she will need that ocean waves in order to rotate these skills much more often. And another thing is that allied Inferno Espers deal extra damage after landing a critical hit, which is another hint that you need to bring Sachiko into your Shadow Gale Dislyte land. Because currently in Dislyte land, the hard version, you need to bring all Inferno Esper against the Wind Dragon, which is Shadow Gale. So, and also there, the strategy that you need to deal with that dragon is to buff up your allies a lot of times. So she has a ton of buffs to do that, while at the same time healing your allies and also reduce your allies' ability cooldowns to be able to buff your allies again and again. So, and at the same time, because you need to bring all Inferno Espers, because other Esper element is going to get a penalty in that stage, this is going to be insanely beneficial if you do want to chase a rank in your Dislyte land, especially the Shadow Gale. So really, you need to focus on getting your Sachiko into Resonance 6, because she is going to be really important in a lot of content. Just like how you use your Uday and Feng Nuxi, if you do have Feng Nuxi, in almost every single cases, like if you're, especially when you go up in the Infinity Tower, you're gonna use cooldown reduction a lot. So Sachiko being able to reduce cooldown by 2 turns is really great. But the source here says that you need to clear story 210 for the first time at least certain tiers point in point 1 after the update. Players who have already met the condition will receive it via mail. So hopefully, they didn't mention here anywhere, but hopefully we can get Sachiko from the Golden Pattern. So that's it. So Sachiko, the MVP of this content right now. And the next thing that I want to mention here is this one. To address the excessively long battle time issue when both sides Anas attack each other, Anas ability 1 Heart of Flame has been optimized. The minimum true damage of its second hit is now 100 when both Anas attack each other. So it solves the current problem, but I just want to take this chance to tell you a tip. So for those of you who haven't used their Ana yet on the Darkstar Lord, Ana is able to block the meteor damage because the meteor only hit once. So for cases where bosses hit insane damage but only one hit, your Ana will be able to survive that damage. That means that if your Ana able to survive that damage, that means your Ana will live a lot longer to deal more damage. So you can try, for those of you who have Ana, you can try to bring your Ana into Darkstar Lord and see whether you get an increase in your rank, or you do, well, definitely there's gonna be an increase, but once Ana is only by herself, then she will still die. But so it's not gonna be that OP, because Darkstar Lord's other skills do hit multiple times, so she will be able to survive the meteor. But that's it, But I do think that there's gonna be a change in your ranking once you use your Ana in your Darkstar Lord there, if you do have Ana. So okay, so that's it for the patch 3.3.6 details analysis here. So we will see the percentage number for Liam later in the PTR, whether it's gonna change our mind or not. But most likely I'm more excited into waiting for the the next patch new Esper. So I'm gonna save my Wishstones, records, and everything for the next Esper. That's how a free-to-play plays. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.